And the most important topic of yours, which I think all of you would have been waiting, is building or managing your career. Because we always focus on this, and I think what I would be saying right now is nothing new. How many of you have heard the concept of ikigai? So there's a concept, it's a book, ikigai is a book. So it is a concept, it's a Japanese concept which is proposed. So what is a right career? So all of us say, I want to have a good career. What's a good career? What's a good career? So I would say right career or good career has these 4 parts. So I say it is RC, which is the right career or the good career that you all say. And this is skill. This is health. And this is money. And this is what you love, or you can say passion. A good career or a good job is something that you are skilled at. For example, I wanted to become a motivational speaker. Do I have skills to become a motivational speaker? Thank you for certifying. So that's my skill, because I love talking to people and I have that skill. So I'm good at it. So that's a good choice. So you're good at it, something that you're good at. And then love and passion. I have good skills, but I don't want to talk at all. I'm an introvert. Is it a good job for me? I am a very great speaker, but I'm an introvert. I'm an extreme introvert. I don't know how to talk. I don't engage with people. Can I become a motivational speaker? Of course, no. So that is why if you don't have the love or passion to what you're doing, that is also not something that's worth it. So make sure that it's not what you do in life. So love and passion. So you should like what you're doing. So you should like what you're doing in your life. And then money. Of course, you cannot do anything for free. The job itself is for earning money. You cannot give free services to all. We are not Mother Teresa to sacrifice our life for the nation, the society. Of course, we do certain service, but not the entire thing for free, right? So that job that you're doing should pay you. It should give you money. So it should pay you. And then it should help the world out there. You should do certain service out of it. If you become a civil servant, you will serve the society, you will get your own salary for the job that you're doing. But the support that you give to your people living in your district, the support that you give to people who approach you is what is called help. The world is a better place to live in. Make sure it's much more better. When you become a better person, you make sure that place is also better. So if all of this is in the job that you're doing, that is the right job for you. That is the right job for you. And if any of it, even one lacks in this, that's not the right job for you. That's not what you're looking for. So always make sure that the job you do has all these 4 things, and only then I can say it's the right job for any of you in your life. And I always think it is very important to understand that we realize that I've always said this statement that the career is a part of life and it's not life. But building a career is important, because your entire life depends on how you build your career. Right? So this point is something that builds the other things or other aspects in your life. So this is how you pick a right career. This is how you choose what you want in life. This is how you decide. And it's also important to not compare yourself with anybody else. So whenever I talk about career, the only thing that comes in our mind is my friend, we studied in the same school. We studied in the same, now she's in the US, she's enjoying her life and she got into a good college, she's enjoying her life, or she got married, she has 2 kids and enjoying her life. They went to a trip with her husband to Maldives, and I'm like very jealous, like everything is happening in everybody's life, but nothing is happening in my life. This is what we always think. We always have this one thing called FOMO. What is FOMO? FOMO is fear of missing out. So we always think that we always fear the fact that we are missing out. Everything is happening in everybody's life and nothing is happening in my life. But to be honest, I would always love to say, people always wanted to project the happy part of their life. Nobody projects the sad part of their life. How many of you have Instagram? Nice. So you see stories of your friends? Did they ever share stories of crying or saying that they don't have money or whatever, or did they share stories of enjoying, partying, having fun at places? Everybody will post happy pictures, happy things. Everybody likes to share about the happy part of their life. Nobody wants to share the bad part of their life or the things that they are facing in life. So by looking at all of that, don't think that your life is the sad one or nothing is happening in your life, but always remember the fact that there are so many other things happening in their life as well, but they are focusing on the positive of it. Why don't you focus on the positive of your life? So have this question for yourself. And in career, it is always important to not focus, if this is all your career and this is all your life, you have to focus on just this part. You don't have to focus on the entire thing. But we focus on the entire thing, crash our mind, mash our mind, and then overthink, make sure our brain boils like a pressure cooker, and then one day it bursts out. So just focus on that one point that is important to you, that one point that is important to all of you in your life. So that's what makes it more worthy. That's what makes you a leader. So the next part I would like to talk to is, everybody has a career. Everybody, gets a job at the end of the day. Maybe it is for 10,000, 30,000, 35,000 or 1 lakh or 2 lakhs or whatever it is per month. Everybody does a job. Nobody is free after a certain, okay, if you want to get married and be a housewife, no worries. But if you want to get a job and do that, then yeah, you will definitely have it, right? You will definitely earn for yourself. So when you earn this, you should always remember the fact that the difference between the one who is earning more and the difference between the one who is earning less is not the knowledge and talent. Of course, it's a part. But anybody who joined an organization, after 2-3 years, they'll become more successful, more, great in life or more happy in life. And how does it happen? Because they have leadership skills. And I always say it especially to girls, because as a social activist, I focused mainly on empowering children and women in my community. And I would always say, how many of your parents are working here, especially your moms? How many of your moms are working? Good. A certain portion of them are working here. So I would always wanted to say is that if you want to become a housewife, if you wanted to just marry and get off to some other family, are you here? Like, what is the purpose of getting educated if you just wanted to go and the ultimate aim of your life is to just get married to a person and then lead a family? That's not what your parents wanted for you, right? They wanted you to become something, worthy of something. They wanted you to become independent. And I would focus on this word independent a lot. And I am a feminist, no matter what anybody says or talks. And people take feminism in a wrong way. Feminism is not a negative word. Feminism is fighting for equal opportunities. Feminism is not hating men. People on social media, they say feminism means we hate men, men are nothing, women are everything. So this is not something. Feminism is just fighting for equal opportunities for both men and women. And I always say, we make us less by comparing ourselves with men. We are never equal to men. We are more than men. I'll say we are more than men. We are more than men. We ourselves make ourselves, low by comparing with them. Why are you comparing with them? We are more than men. A man just goes, works in the office and comes back. But it's not the same with a woman. She works for the family. She goes and works in the office. She comes back, cooks a meal for her spouse or her children, and then she goes back to sleep. Will a man be able to do the same thing? Of course no, because he's just physically strong but not mentally and socially. But a woman is. Then how can you compare yourself with a man? You're much more than that. So when you're much more than that, why do you compromise on your life? Why do you compromise on losing your career, losing your skills just for that family of yours? Having a family is not wrong. Having children, focusing on them is not wrong. But sacrificing your dreams, sacrificing your career just for that is wrong. Why not men leave their job and take care of kids and you work? Sounds insane, right? Like, is it practically making sense? But if you say this to your parents, they would right away give a slap and be like, what are you talking? Husband has to lead the family and how can you ask him to resign the job and sit at home? But I would always say, do not talk in a sense like that. We can manage things. I do not say ask your husbands to resign jobs and then sit at home. That's not what I mean. But what I meant was that we are capable of managing so many things in life. But to manage one, you do not have to quit one. Sir told you that I finished my MBA, but I did not finish my MBA. I have one more semester going on. So this May, I have full-on exams and then I'll finish my MBA. So parallelly, I visited the US and there I was an exchange student. I had a different subject, different exams and all of that. I am currently working. I started doing my internship and I'll become a full-time employee after I finish my job. So I finished my MBA. So I'm working right now. it is a US shift, so I work in the evenings from 7:30 to 12:30 at night, and in the morning I go to college 9 to 5. I study in KL University, so I'm an MBA student, so I study there, and I'm a social activist. I have kind of unofficially adopted 30 students from my village, that is Nidmanuru ZPHS High School, and I train them on personality development, communication and all of that. So I do all of these things in just 24 hours that are available to me. It doesn't mean, and I love coming to schools and colleges and talk to people like you, because I always wish somebody like me or somebody who knows all of this spoke to me when I was at your age. Nobody spoke to me like this when I was at your age. It was my parents who always gave me that moral support. But when parents talk to us, we do not feel that connection, because we always feel they don't know, they're older than us, we have this generation gap. But somebody of your age or somebody of your generation talks, and they have faced that life of yours. They've come from that situation. You know what it is. And I don't say what I'm doing right now is great, but I think if I can do it, all of you can do it. And what I'm doing is very small, very, very small, because I don't have to do anything at home. I have my mom and my grandmother, and my brother also supports me in whatever I want. He gets me things and all of that. So back at home, I'm not doing anything. I'm just focusing on my studies and something that I'm building for myself professionally. But there are so many women out there who are IAS officers or who are much more settled in life, but still working for the family 24/7 and still did not give up on their dreams. I would always say, do not give up on your dreams. Today, it would find very silly if I say, focus on your job, focus on your education. But once you get married, trust me, today I'm telling you, a woman who's not earning is not given equal respect. They would simply say, you don't know anything, just sit at home, you know how to cook, that's all. You don't have to come and tell me what to decide or finalize in the decision making of the family. This happens in most of the families until and unless the men in the family are very much supportive to you. And if you just think, it happens in most of our families. We see it in our homes, maybe your uncles, aunts or whatever. They just say, whenever women tries to start and discussing in something that's relating to the family or a financial decision, they would just say, you just sit, you don't have to come and take part in these decisions. It's just the men in the family who will take it. You know how to cook, that's your duty, just cook, that's all. But in which way are we less is what I'm questioning today. You are studying in the same schools and colleges just like boys are getting educated. You're much more skilled and talented than they are. And to be honest, the finance minister itself, Nirmala Sitharaman, she's a woman. She's a woman. And till date, I think all of you know there are many successful leaders who are women. And out of all the successful leaders, the leaders who are women have had the most successful years of leading their people. In which way, in which field are women less? Earlier, it was a different case because women were not sent to schools. Only men used to get educated, and they were taught that the only world that they have is a kitchen and a house. But it's not the same for you all. You're given equal opportunities. You have to build a life, build a career for yourself. Because tomorrow, you should never regret the fact that I wish I could have studied. But this time, that you can study at what age, or you can study even when you're 60. But will this time come back? Will this time come back? It will never come back to you. And I always feel proud of Chandrika ma'am who's here, because I've known her since 6 years. She got married at a very young age, and then she didn't quit studying. She came from a village, she studied in ZPH, a very government basic high school. And she came here, and I always take her as an example. And I always think, when we listen to motivational speeches, I always used to say, people come and tell sad stories that they have faced so many struggles in life. And I used to think, I never faced so many struggles in life. My parents took good care of me. I did not face anything in life. Like, how should I tell a motivational story? I always felt, to say a motivational story, you should have a lot of struggles in life. But I am not that person who faced a lot of struggles, because my parents took very good care of me. I never had to struggle. Only thing that I have to do is face the mental stress related to studies. Nothing more than that. So I would always appreciate her for standing for herself, and today she's standing for her family. She has a son. At a very young age, she started doing all these activities. She finished, and she's right now doing a PhD, which is not at all a joke. Coming from a government school till here and coming here and standing up for a family, especially, it's very great if it's a woman. Because you know how the responsibilities are. You must have been seeing your parents, your moms, your aunts doing it for themselves. So if it's just a housewife, then yeah, fine. But if it's a working housewife, it's terrible. So if a woman can take up so much pressure, if a woman can stand so strong for herself, so strong her family, then who else couldn't? And if you can see the great stories, the great sacrifices, no father can sacrifice as much as a mother does. No father can. Maybe he can provide support financially, emotionally, but the strength that you get from your mom, it's scientifically proven that all the strength and the emotional intelligence that we have today is from our mothers. It's not from our fathers. So today when you blame, I mean, we make jokes at home, right? We club up with our father. We all say we are all fathers and daughters and we are all a team, and we fight against mom saying that we are a team and we fight. But all our emotional intelligence comes from our mother. It's not from the father. So tomorrow when you say it, you're just talking about yourself because you got it all from your mother and not your father. So always remember that you have to be that strong woman in life. So to be that strong woman, never waste this time. Just build that career for yourself. Build that thing that you want in your life for yourself and be a leader. And if a woman is able to lead a family, I think she's able to lead a country as well. She'll be able to lead a district as well. She'll be able to lead a state as well. Much more effective, much more efficient than men. I can say that.